Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tef.
I am Saidar.
And we are the Punk Rock Parents.
That's right.
Today we're going to do a first. We're going to share one of our favorite activities that we do together every weekend, and that's going to estate sales, yard sales, auctions, and trying to find treasures. Treasures to us might not be treasures to everybody. One of the things we really like to collect is mid-century glass, carnival glass,
all different types
Indiana, what's the one name? Fenton.
Oh, Fenton
Yes. Glass, stuff like that. We
Depression
love glass. Yes. Love art glass, Murano, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we went this weekend, and so we're going to share some of the treasures that we found. We went to a few yard sales that were kind of disappointing, and we went to an estate sale. It was just like, yay!
Yes, finally we found some treasures at that one. It was good.
So Saidar's holding what I think is her favorite treasure that she got today.
Well, let's start with the fact that I've wanted this since the show came out. Since the first time I saw this guy, I have wanted him. And I just never wanted to pay the prices that people wanted for it.
Yeah, because what was like $40 in the store?
Yeah. I mean, you could get small ones. You could get little. I mean, and I have little small ones. I even have like a small little planter or something. But I just never wanted to spend the money on the larger ones. So today, I found this and I got it for $2.
$2.
My child.
Well, our daughter calls Baby Yoda, which
Yes.
we know is not his name. It's
Grogu.
Grogu.
But yes, this is my treasure of the day. He's a little stuffy guy on the bottom. He's soft and he sits, like that, and he's cool, and he's got the big ears, and he's hard plastic, and he's got very deep eyes that you can stare into. See, look at him. Oh, he even has the hand that can like lift things. He's got the force hand, so he is awesome, and I love him. I finally have one, so I'm very happy.
So we found that her eyes lit up. She's like, "It's Grogu!"
Yes, I was like, oh, I have to have one, finally. $2. Such a steal. Yes, so what would you say is your favorite find of the day? Do you have a favorite find?
Yeah, well, I think it was this right here. We found, it's an album set. Let's see if you can see it right here. It's the Beethoven Symphony Karajan. I might be mispronouncing that. If you notice, everything's in German on the cover. So this is the complete set of Beethoven's 9 symphonies. And I just love classical music. So be able to get the full set in one box, and this composer is just outstanding. I've listened to this on CD before, but did not have it on vinyl.
And this is a really nice set that even comes with...
It even comes with the booklet.
Like a book inside that talks about it and all the albums.
Everything is in pristine condition, and I paid $1.
Nice album.
$1. It was half off day today, so I got for $1. And this was not the only album set I got.
Oh, sorry, baby.
I got I think 5. I couldn't resist the prices, so
box sets of albums.
So I didn't want to show you all 5. I thought 1 was pretty good.
Yes. And what about that other one you found there?
I did find a book. What I saw was it just said,
love books.
Yeah, especially old books. It says Great Captain on it, and I was curious. I was like, well, what Great Captain are they talking about? Wheel Time? I didn't know. So I opened it up, and this book is actually 3 books in one, and it's from, I think the date is 1930. But the 3 books are Forever Free from 27, With Malice Toward None from 28, and The Last Full Measure from 1930. And all 3 of these stories are about Abraham Lincoln, which you see, that's his silhouette there. So I was like, duh. I mean,
okay, that's definitely
Abraham Lincoln without the top hat.
Yeah, it's Abraham Lincoln without his hat. But you wouldn't know that at the beginning by looking at it. You were just thinking,
so
what is this?
This book is 93 years old. And the only blemish is right here at the top. And you can tell these are hand-cut pages the way they are. There's no writing in it. It's just a beautiful copy of an almost antique book.
I was going to say pristine for an almost 100-year-old book.
So, we paid 50 cents for this. It was half off day.
Half
so it was
off,
like, so I thought this was a great find. There's no dust jacket. I don't know if they had dust jackets on these older books.
I really don't know if they did or they didn't. Now, I have to tell you,
While we're on books,
this next book that I found it's a smaller version of it, I believe. I don't know if it's the full version of it. It's the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, and I actually was going to buy this on Amazon 2 days ago because I've been recently learning about this, and I decided, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. And then there we were. We walked up to this yard sale today, and it was one of the actual things we did find at a yard sale, and there it was. I couldn't believe it. I was looking through the piles, and there was the book, and I paid nothing for it because the lady wanted $3 for this book and the next book I'm going to show you, and I only had a 20 and 2 1s, and so she took my 2 1s for this other book and this book. So essentially, this book was free today at a yard sale.
and it looks like it's never been opened.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's such good condition. It's wonderful, and I got it pretty much for free at a yard sale today. So now I'm going to show you the book that I actually paid $2 for in the collection of it, and it's this book. And this is The Secret Language of Relationships. It's a really cool book that helps you to understand whom you can have the best relationships and what types of relationships. And of course, it's based on your birthdays. So you look up your birthday, you look up their birthday. It categorizes you into sections that have to do with like 48 different types of personalities, I guess.
It's very astrological.
Yeah, it's very astrological, horoscope type book.
Yeah, horoscopal, is that a real word?
The grand cycle of life, and then it goes into like all these different, what is it? It called it the 48. Oh, the 48 periods and cusps. Say that again, cusps. But anyways, this is an amazing book, and I paid $2 for it. It's also pristine, has a beautiful dust jacket.
Lots of information.
Looks great. It's not an old book, so we can't really classify it that way. We love old books. But
our 2 daughters have already had to have us read certain things out of it.
Yes. We've already had to go through it and read it to the daughters.
Even the unwelcome truths they had to accept.
True. So these were great steals. Like I said, $2 for these 2 books, which was amazing for me.
So earlier we talked about one of the things we like to collect is glass.
Yes.
And carnival glass was one of the ones. And brief history of carnival glass back in the 20s and 30s, it was prizes they handed out at fairs for winning contest games of skill.
It didn't start out that way. It started out being, it actually begins with Tiffany. But then people wanted to make versions that were less expensive for housewives. And so they made carnival glass versions for all different, like Indiana Glass and other companies, Westmoreland,
Fenton
and stuff. But then as the Depression came along, this stuff lost, I don't want to say it lost value, but people didn't have the money to spend on this type of stuff as much. And so they did literally start giving it away at carnivals. And so this took on the name of carnival glass. And as you can see, it has like an oil slick kind of a appeal, like I think nowadays they call it, kind of like my glasses and my stuff. It's kind of iridescent type of sheen, but it's called carnival glass, and it's not painted on, it's not flashed on. It is literally part of the process when they fire it up. Something they add to the glass makes it become this way, and it makes it have that forever kind of, mostly forever, because we do have some 100-year-old ones that are less spectacular.
If you would like to see more examples of glass, let us know, because we have Goofus glass. We have a whole bunch of different types of glass, and we would love to share parts of our collection with you.
Here's the best part about this. We paid 10 cents for this. 10 cents.
And usually when you see carnival glass, especially at yard sales, it's going to be marigold or the orange color.
It's
That's
almost
the
always,
most
marigold.
common color. Green is one of the rarest colors we've come across. In other areas it might be more common, but we see a lot of blue.
Here, we've come across
a lot of marigolds. So we don't buy a lot because we already have a lot of that.
Red is a little bit more rare if you can find red ones that are actually carnival glass, but the amazing part is that we paid 10 cents for it. 10 cents. The lady had it on a table, she wanted 10 cents.
And at the same yard sale,
on the same table,
we saw this. I saw this first. I didn't see the carnival glass at first. She has carnival glass radar.
Yes,
I mean, she comes across it. This is Anchor Hocking. It's orange peel texture. You won't be able to see it on the resolution unless we get it really close. And what it is, it's got that bumpy texture.
Yeah.
Kind of like fish scales, or they call it orange peel,
peel
because
it's just like orange peel.
It's the texture of a peel. And we also paid 10 cents for this.
But it's milk glass.
It's milk glass
with blue orange peel.
Yes, and it's just a wonderful looking glass. It's not something.
And it's a great mug.
Yeah,
it's a great.
You don't really see examples
chalice,
of this all the time. So this is a really, really cool glass that we're actually probably going to end up using.
Yeah.
Milk glass is pretty durable as long as you don't really drop it hard.
I don't drink out of my Carnival glasses. Glass glasses. I don't drink out of them or use them.
She even has a punch bowl set.
But this milk glass, you can absolutely use it. It is very durable. So.
We use milk glass all the time. I mean, that's when I drink water.
Oh, and look, I am literally drinking. Let me take off my Let's Get Smashed koozie off of it. And you'll see that this is milk glass, and it has like the grapevine, the grapes here, and the vines up here, the leaves. And it's a super durable cup. It's very thick. I mean, I use it every day.
Well, let's show what I'm drinking out of.
Ah, yes.
This is actually a little bit rare because this is black depression glass.
It is black
which
depression
you
glass.
don't see it very often. This mug probably weighs about a pound. It is so very thick. I don't want to turn it too much because there's wine in it.
And that specific design is, what was that? It's called a horn.
The horn of plenty. Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably going to be very hard.
Viking design.
Yeah, it's probably going to be very hard to see details on this on the camera because it's black glass, but it holds a good wine.
Okay. Now, our final piece that we actually got from a yard sale as well.
This was about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. This one, let's take this out. It's Indiana Glass. That's what the name brand is. The maker is Indiana Glass. This design is considered, it's called Diamond Point. This is a candy dish, and it's frosted blue satin glass.
For those that you don't know, satin glass has that matte sheen to it. I guess sheen would be the wrong word. It's opposite.
It's very matte. It's still see-through. I mean, it still has some see-through ability, but it's subdued. Whereas
very soft.
It's some of the, we don't have an example, but a lot of the depression glass is completely see-through, or this is slightly opaque. Well, a lot, 50% opaque, I guess. But it's also rare because it's blue. Blue is one of the colors of this that are a little bit harder to find. So.
And I believe we paid a whopping 50 cents for this.
Yes. I guess sometimes people just either aren't aware the rarity or the need, the interest people have in it, or they just don't really care. They just don't want it. They don't need it and they want it to go. But so that's our treasure find. Their trash is our treasure. So yeah, maybe 50 cents for that.
We got that thing.
Oh yeah.
Maybe somebody can help us determine what it is. Well, we know what it is. It's a fruit bowl.
It's a fruit bowl, and it is pink milk glass. And we know it is most likely very old because we have not been able to find comps for it.
No comps at all.
Anywhere.
It's got 6 little nodules for feet. But one thing to notice, I don't know if you can see it. See how on the edges it's getting clear? That happens with a lot of older glass as...
Milk glass, yeah. As it ages.
As it ages, the color seeps out and comes down.
It comes away from the edges and goes back into it a bit.
So we have not been able to find a comp anywhere, no pictures on the internet, nothing to tell us exactly what it is.
And we're not even quite sure the company, the maker.
No, there's no stamps on
it. This also has a bit of an orange peel type of a thing going on as far as the texture on the bottom, but on the inside it's completely clear and shiny, as you can see.
This we bought at an auction with another piece, and
which was also looks very
we probably paid $10 or $12 for both.
Right.
And the other piece is a small little flower petal type thing.
Yeah, it's like a flower petal.
And same thing. The edges are clear. There's no color in the edges anymore. We have not been able to find any pictures to tell us what it is. A lot of these really old pieces of glass, they didn't stamp them at the time.
Yeah, this isn't stamped.
And a lot of stuff hasn't survived because when you start moving and everything out, I think I've moved 5 or 6 times with my grandma's china. and I've lost several pieces just from the moving process, especially like teacups and
It's
stuff.
just very impressive when people are able to keep these things in such pristine condition for such a long period of time. It's very impressive. Especially since this is a very large piece as well. So that about does it for today on our, I mean, we have so many more finds, but for today's finds, that's about it. If there's some other types of things that you would like us to talk about, if you'd like us to show off some different types of glass or different colors or different designs, we have a lot of collector books that can help us tell you the exact design name or the maker.
And this isn't, this fruit bowl was not in any of our books we've looked.
No, it's not in any of our books. We have like 2 shelves full of what would you call reference guides for different antique and or vintage.
We actually have a handful of stuff where if like the Antique Roadshow came to town that we'd like to
tell us about it.
It would like be nice to know what the value of some of it is, but it'd be actually nice to know
just
what
know
it is, the brand name, what years, year range,
some history.
Yeah,
some history of it would be really cool. Yeah. So there you go.
So thank you so much for watching this video with us today and letting us share some of the things that we're very, very passionate about. This is what we do for date night.
Yes,
it's not at night.
It's in the daytime.
It's in the daytime. Like today, we went out and got some breakfast. We went and hit the first sale, and then come back home. The kids are barely awake by the time we get.
That's true.
They're just stirring. So it's our time together that we get to share with just ourselves.
Yep. And it's fun finding treasures, especially when you don't pay a ton for them. That's the best. Those are the best treasures. The ones that don't cost a lot.
And these are the things that, they might not be worth a whole bunch of money, but they're worth something to us.
Yeah. It's the experience anyways.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you come back and take a look at some of our other stuff in the future.
Until then.